Good evening, everyone. At this time, I would like to ask our grade 8 students to come have a seat. Grade 8 students, please come to the graduation area and please have a seat. Thank you. All right, everyone. May I have everyone's attention, please? I would like to welcome everyone here for class night of 2018, for our 2017-18 school year. So how about a round of applause, please? My name is Mr. Bickert, and I'm the proud principal of East Lyme Middle School. So again, I want to thank everyone who showed out on this showed up for our beautiful evening here tonight. The weather is really splendid. We have a terrific night planned for you. I would like to recognize some people that showed up. Candace Carlson and Eric Bauman from the Board of Education, thank you for being here this evening. Holly Cheeseman is our state representative. Holly, thank you for being here with us. And Mark Nickerson is our first selectman. So Mark, thank you very much for being here tonight as well. I'd like to thank all our teachers and colleagues. Special thank you to Dan, our sound man out there. So we appreciate the great sound tonight. So we're going to get started in just a minute, and I'd like to address this part of the speech to our students. So I want to talk to you about two quick things tonight. One is that I can't read. Okay? The second is I owe you an apology. So stay with me for a second. So I owe you the apology because I wasn't at our PBIS assembly yesterday, and I felt really badly about that. About 2 or 3 days ago, I started to have some floaters in my eye, and my eye was really bothering me. And so yesterday, I was starting to get a little scared, so I made an appointment. So at 11 o'clock, I went to a doctor's office. The doctor looked at me and said, on the way there, like I said, I was very nervous and scared about it. So the doctor said, you're going to need to go see another specialist right now. And I said, I can't, doc. I have to go to a PBIS assembly. And the doctor said, well, unless PBIS has some surgical meaning that I don't know about, you're actually going to go see another doctor right now. So then I said, well, I guess I got to be flexible. So right now I got two things going on. I'm scared and I'm flexible. And I have no idea what's going to happen next. So I drive to the next doctor, and the next doctor checks me out and says, well, you got a little problem here, but I think that we can take care of it. So two more things happened. I asked for help because my eye was in pretty tough shape, which is why I'm wearing the sunglasses tonight, and which is why I can't read the great script that I had planned for this evening. So then I realized that I really needed to trust this doctor. And so last night was a pretty scary, difficult night because, anything to do with your vision, you worry about it a little bit. But I felt that I let you down. So I do apologize for that, but I know that you understand. And I said, let's turn this into a learning experience for everyone. So as you get ready for class night tonight, because in about one short hour, you're going to be high school freshmen at East Lyme High School, I want you to think about the 4 things that I just talked about. That it's okay to be scared. We all become scared at some point in our life. And it's certainly okay to ask for help, as I did. Those are 2 really, really important things to bring forward with you. You need to be adaptable and you need to be flexible because sometimes life's going to throw you a curveball. And that's okay. Just roll with it. And it's okay to trust other people. If you can do those 4 things, I know that you're going to have a really successful career at East Lyme High School and beyond. So if I look a little silly with a baseball hat or some sunglasses and I'm stumbling over my words tonight, you'll understand why. I'm going to go back to my notion of help. So I came into work this morning and I said, Mrs. Frost, Mrs. Kelly, I know you were just planning on quietly sitting in your chairs tonight, but you know what? You're going to have to guide me through the program because the font in that program is about font size 6 and I just can't read it. So we're going to do our best tonight to have a great evening. That said, I am going to call up Mrs. Frost and Mrs. Kelly to walk me through the evening. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. We have another glorious evening for our East Lyme Middle School's graduation celebration. And Mrs. Kelly and I are both, I think you know this already, but we are 2 assistant principals to Mr. Bitgood. And I want Mrs. Kelly to be able to say hello.
Hi, everybody. What a wonderful evening and what a great opportunity to be here with your students tonight. You should be very proud, just as we are.
Okay, so I'm going to get us started with the awards part of our ceremony. The Jerome R. Belair Award is presented to the student who exhibits leadership, initiative, community service, personal and social responsibility, creativity, a desire to better the lives of those around them, and a love of reading. This year's recipient of the Jerome R. Belair Award is Sachi Vora. Sachi, would you please come forward? Sachi is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and she will be immediately followed by Imani Ward. Imani, would you please come forward? Imani will lead us in our national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Imani. That was beautiful. Okay, our next one is the Connecticut Association of School Scholar Leaders. We're presenting to two students who demonstrate scholarship and leadership at East Lyme Middle School. The first recipient is Ratasha Ande. Please come to the podium.
Welcome parents, faculty, honored guests, and my fellow classmates. I have always loved our town of East Lyme. We have breathtaking beaches and remarkable people here. But I also love to travel. I want to travel the world one day. Seeing the world in different ways helps teach me new things about myself and everyone else around me. It shows me that no matter where you go, there will be new opportunities. When we went to Yellowstone, it showed me how peaceful our earth can be. Even though I would love to travel the world, East Lyme will always be my home. There's a quote saying, "Travel does not exist without home." If we never returned to the place we started, we would be wandering, lost. Home is a reflecting surface, a place to measure our growth and enrich us after being infused with the outside world. All of us will grow up and most likely move to different places in the world. We will see new lands and meet new people. And most importantly, we will see new opportunities. But we will always look back on East Lyme and see how much we have grown, because East Lyme is our reflecting pool. Not all of us have traveled across seas or across states, but we all have traveled within our school. Our first major move was from the elementary school up to the middle school. Going from one place to another may not seem hard at first, but you end up meeting new friends. I remember on my first day of school how scared I was that I was going to be lost and not able to make any friends. But that wasn't true. We ended up learning more about others and ourselves just by traveling somewhere new. With the change of location, we had new opportunities, whether it being making new friends or just having a fresh start. That was our first change coming into the middle school. Our second journey was switching kivas. For 7th grade, we had to switch kivas. We would be with a whole new group of teachers and kids. It may not seem like a big deal, but truly, we learned so much from moving around and traveling to another kiva. Once again, it was like a whole new start. When I first came into our new kiva in 7th grade, I remember that I was hoping that all my friends would be in the same kiva with me. I was hoping that I wouldn't be alone. But turns out, we meet a lot of new friends. Not only did we meet new friends, but this is when many of us found a passion for something. Some of us might have found a love for art and music. Some of us found a love for writing or reading, while others found math, science, and social studies to be their passion. With the change of location, we learned about new passions we never thought we would like. We found new friends that we never thought would become our friends. We found a new start. When we move to a new location, we see the world through a different perspective. When we see the world through a different perspective, we learn more. We meet others, we find new passions, and we learn about new opportunities. Though we are very sad that our journey at the middle school will come to the end, we are excited for our next trip to the high school. And in 4 years, we will look back at the middle school, and it will be our new reflecting pool. We can look back and see how much we have grown. And lastly, I would like to congratulate my fellow classmates for all their accomplishments. So let's go, class of 2022.
Thank you, Ritisha, for your words. Our second recipient is Richard Chen. Richard, please come to the podium.
Good evening, and thank you for the introduction, Mrs. Kelly. On behalf of East Lyme Middle School's class of 2018, which will soon go on to be East Lyme High School's class of 2022, I am greatly honored to have the opportunity to speak here tonight. 4 years, my friends. It's only been 4 years since we realized that we would no longer have one main teacher, but 8 or 9. 4 years since we eagerly awaited news of kiva placements for the first time. 4 years since walking to and from lunch became even more of an ordeal than it was in elementary school. 4 years since things got much more complicated with the onset of adolescence. Now, I'd like to share with you a little phrase from the Whole Earth Catalog, which the late Steve Jobs famously quoted at his Stanford commencement speech in 2005. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Unless you're inclined to take that literally, you naturally ask, what did he mean by that? We'll pose a few questions to answer this. By a show of hands, how many of you have something that you're passionate about to some degree? Okay. Why do you have this passion? Is there something that you can earn for doing it? Perhaps recognition? Or is it simply something you find fun? Think about it. Now, let's think back to elementary school. More likely than not, your teachers had some sort of system for rewarding good behavior, be it extra recess. Who doesn't love that? Some sort of voucher or ticket system, or perhaps a special currency. In the beginning, you were probably motivated to earn this reward and downright ecstatic when you're rewarded. But after a while, you might have found that you no longer wanted to work together towards whatever the reward was. Does that sound familiar to any of you? No? No. What I'm trying to get at here is that you should strive to make whatever you do with your life fulfilling. It should be something that you want to do because you enjoy doing it. Otherwise, you may very well find one day that you see no reason to keep doing what you're doing. Just as importantly, we need to strive to realize our ideals no matter the circumstances. This is shown quite nicely in the Latin figure of speech, carpe diem, which loosely translates to seize the day. In conclusion, thank you to our teachers, our administration, our parents, and of course my fellow students for making the past 4 years at East Lyme Middle School the extraordinary experience that it has been. None of this would have been possible without you. I would also like to congratulate my fellow 8th graders on reaching the end of this leg of our journeys, and I wish the best for all of you as we move on into high school. Thank you for your time, and carpe diem.
I think you have become wise in your journey here. The CABE Student Leadership Award was awarded in April. This award is presented to 2 students who exhibit exemplary leadership skills. The recipients this year are Grace Liu and Jenny Sherwood. Jenny and Grace, would you please come forward to be recognized?
Our next award is the DAR Award, is the Lucretia Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution. This too was presented in April to the students who showed outstanding excellence in American history. This year's recipient was Madeline Frazier. Maddie, please come forward to be recognized.
From the Blue Crabs, Kiva, Irina Shirai. Please come forward. Ready? From the Bitzer, Ayana Tunai. And from the Welks Kiva, Michaela Stahl. My congratulations to all the winners. We at Rotary will welcome these students and their parents to the July 18th Rotary meeting so our membership can meet them. We encourage each member of this graduating class to look forward to joining the Interact Club, sponsored by Niantic Rotary, when you get to East Lyme High School. They are a vibrant service organization. Thank you.
Okay, our next award is the Shoreline Leos Club, sponsored by the Leos Club, and will be presented by Conrad French. Mr. French, would you please come to the podium?
Good evening, everyone. As was mentioned before, my name is Conrad French. I'm currently a senior at East Lyme High School, and I'm the current actually not anymore, well, I was just transitioning out of office, the president of the Shoreline Leos Club at East Lyme High School. And I'll keep this brief, but I just wanted to say a few words about change, I guess. I currently, as a graduating senior, am on the precipice of pretty major transition, very similar to the one that you all face. And I do remember 4 years ago sitting in the same seats that you sit in now, and going through that transition. And I think that it's apropos maybe to figure how best to enter the new environment that you're all going into, the high school, and for me, college, and whatever other walks of life you eventually transition into. And I think the best thing to reflect upon in those moments in time is how best to impress your will and your ideals upon the community that you're entering, and essentially how best to effect change. And I think that that's something that can be very difficult, faced with the task of being a single individual, trying to create something meaningful and trying to, create meaningful change, if you will. And for me, the outlet for that has been community service. And it's something that I would encourage you all to seek out at the high school and wherever your life may take you, because service, not just of the community at large, whether it's washing windows, helping with car washes, or even helping, with chores around the house, any kind of service, to your family, to your friends, to your community, that's meaningful, and that's a facet that allows you to create that change. And so I would encourage you to seek that out through clubs like Shoreline Leos Club, shameless plug here, but the other fantastic service clubs as well at the high school. And so definitely, go for it, seek those out, find some new friends through that, and beyond that, impress your will upon the community that you're entering. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce briefly and congratulate 3 students who I think have exemplified some aspects of that willingness to commit to community service. So the first of those is Kayla Gartsu. So Kayla, come on up. The second one of those is Aditya Cabra. And last but not least, Priya Whitley. Thank you.
Thank you, Conrad. It's nice to see you again. The School Service Award is sponsored by the American Legion and will be presented by Maggie Prokop. Ms. Prokop, would you please come forward?
Thank you. The American Legion presents this award every year to 3 students. It's a certificate of distinguished achievement is awarded to an East Lyme Middle School student in recognition of attainment acquired as winner of American Legion School Award. In further recognition of this position of the highest qualities of courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service, which are necessary in the preservation and protection of the fundamental institution of our government and the advancement of society. This award is made by Turner Tinker American Legion Post 128, Department of Connecticut. Riley Walsh, would you come up? Sophia Gano, and Iris Liu. Thank you.
Okay, our final award for the evening is the Mindy Hindelman Award. This award is given to the grade 8 student who exhibits excellence in leadership and instrumental music, displays good citizenship, and sets a positive example to fellow musicians. This year's recipient is Richard Chen.
Thank you, Mrs. Ross, for reading that to me tonight. We are going to start with our awards for everyone to celebrate your class night tonight. So I would like the team leader, Mr. Dool, for the Big Blue team.
So I'm Mr. Dool. It was my great pleasure to be both team leader and science teacher of this awesome group of Big Blue students. And I'm going to introduce our other team members. We have in the language arts, for language arts, Mrs. Anusowitz. In social studies, Mrs. Haling. In mathematics, Mr. Anderson. And special education, Mrs. Neiman.
Will the first row of Big Blue students please stand? Caitlin Abbey. Luke Anthony. Noah Barnes. Jack Beebe. Isabella Bogue. Tyler Caffro. Sophia Camby. Simone Capon, James Checkle, Aaron Chen, Ryan Coburn, James Conover, Morgan Conover, and Cannon Dean.
Will the second row of Big Blue please rise? Todd DeRozier, Lila Devlin Perry, Lauren Dewey, Diogo Diaz, Riley Driver, Jasmine Dumont, Willis Filiatro. Florio, Faye Forer, Madeline Frazier, Brady Fredrickson, Ella Freed, Sophia Gano, Kayla Gartsu,
Will the next row of Big Blue please rise? Kira Gentile, Ethan Gillespie, Olivia Goldright, Benjamin Grant, Mary Gresh, Nicole Hahn, Henry Hatt. Meredith Healy, Sarah Healy, Ethan Hibber, Spencer Iannatuno, Abigail Jorgensen, Cole Jorgensen, Wyatt Karamitis. Will the next row please rise? Noah Krishnaswamy, Solmi Clark, Andrew Labrie, Samantha Lavoy, Connor Legion, Vicki Lynn, Vincent Lynn,
Colin Markovic, Allison Martin, Victoria Mastrolillo, Bayla McCaffrey, Thomas McGrath, Quinn McGregor, Dylan McKee. Will the next row please rise? Ethan Moore, Cameron Morin, Catherine Morcacho, Ted Macaroni, Caitlin Mullins, Jose Navas, Isabel Papuga. Aman Patel, William Sinister, Shannon Pierce, Isabella Pletner, Ayana Ramos, Dominic Ranelli, Ashton Reed.
Would the next row please rise? Thomas Ringquist, Saida Sajic, Ariana Santiago, Tucker Symes Vanderstoot, Damon Simonson, Elizabeth Smart, Savannah Solo. Hannah Staskalunas, Jillian Sylvester, Trent Tomlinson, Sachi Vora, John Walsh, Imani Ward, Kalel Warren, and Sarah Yusuf.
I'd like to call up team leader for the Blue Crabs team, Mrs. Michelle Jeff.
Okay, as your science teacher, I heart you too. All right, so I'm going to introduce the rest of the Blue Crabs team. And so we have Miss Bebahani for mathematics. We have Miss Boucher for social studies. Miss Diana for language arts. And Miss Callahan for special education. Now the first row, please rise. Now do remember to smile. Your parents paid a lot of money for those teeth. All right, Dana Abdulrahman. Richard Chen. Samantha Cohen. Mia DaCosta. Kira Frisky. And Mason Gallen.
Chloe Glock. Jenny Dew. Noah Harrington. Blake Paris. Brian Huang. Anushka Joshi. Aditya Kabra. Will the next row of Blue Crabs please sing? David King. Jean Kim. Jacob Kozlowski. Michael Leon. Alicia Lynn, Grace Liu, and Iris Liu.
Evan Lombardo. Anna Lou. Jackson Matlock. Ashlyn McElwain. Melanie Meehan. Brianna Mascarelli. Mark Ortiz.
Okay, will the next row of Blue Crabs please rise? Aaron Crowdy, Caitlin Rodriguez, Yali Sackett, Urena Shurai, David Stoddard, Ilya Syed, Paige Tangney, Elijah Taylor, Kevin Thomas, Nishta Bewley, Abigail Wayans, Colin Whiteman, and Lily Zhang.
Congratulations to the Blue Crabs.
I'd like to have Liz Burliard, the team leader on the Welks team, to come to the podium.
I'd like to introduce the Welks teachers. Mrs. Frisbee, Mr. MacGyver, Mrs. Montano, and Mrs. Twitchell. On behalf of all of the teachers, we would just like to thank you for the most wonderful 2 years. You are a fabulous group of kids. You've helped us grow over time, and hopefully you'll remember some great moments from Elms. We love you. Would the first row of Welks please stand? Ratisha Ande, William Anglin III, Noel Avina, Julian Baez, James Banta, Hayden Beers, Asala Benjdeed, Justin Berg, Zach Boguszewski, Anna Vanelli, Sophia Boris, Matthew Bradley, Langston Camerlin, Joseph Churek, and Kate Clark. Will the second row of Welks please stand? Mason D'Amato, Madeline DeWeese, Adam Dickey, Jonathan Dowd, Joshua Ebersol, Anthony Enos, and Jocelyn Evans. Ali Fennell, Nicholas Fradiani, Max Frischling, Tasha Gaskins, Anthony Giacino, Isabella Giacino, and Brianna Gerget.
Will the next row please stand? Dylan Gulcharan, Hawking Hammond, Cody Johnson, Patrick Kelly, Hendrix Krasowski, Carson LaFemina, Ali LaPlante. Alvin Lee, Jace Lilly, Mackenzie Leza, Christopher Martin, Lillian Masson, Azrael Mazzulli, and Sean McCusker. Will the next row of Welks please stand? Anastasia Mikisova, Michael Minovich, Rowan Mundell, Catherine Murphy, Catherine Wynn, Ethan Northcott, and Ethan Novik. Zachary O'Brien, Quentin Olshan, Jonathan Pasuto, UT Patel, Casey Pierce, Cheyenne Predmore, and Rachel Rao.
With the next row of the Welks, please stand. Mariah Riley, Elsa Robertson, Dominic Rapilia, Sydney Sanger, Rana Schwartz, David Timnowski, and Mason Senkai. Jackie Sermo, Nina Sheehan, Jen Sherwood, Evan Sleeper, Julia Smith, Jose Soto, and Michaela Stahl. Will the last row of Welks please stand? Christopher Stevens. Grace Summers. Nicholas Vogel. Grace Wadsworth. Christopher. Riley Walsh. Kingston White. Theo Whitley. Erickson Witch. Matthew Williams.
Zachary Wyatt, Maya Wynn, Kaylin Yakubu, and Kevin Yang.
Well done, everyone. Well done. Can we have a big round of applause for our graduating class, everyone? Well deserved. Very, very well deserved. So we have to do a little bit of housekeeping. The social tonight ends at 9:30 promptly, so if we can ask parents to be here at 9:30 promptly, that would be great. Students, remember to check in through the front door to get checked in. That said, we also had a lot of people that helped out this evening. We still have a couple more speakers, but I just want to shout out to our school counselors, Mr. Costa, Mrs. Tukey, Mrs. Lathrop. Thank you very much. Give us a wave, please. So thank you. Our great custodial staff at East Lyme Middle School helped set this whole evening up. So thank you to our custodial staff, certainly our teachers, and everyone associated with our building. We're very, very proud to be here. So thank you for all of that. Mr. Susie, it is time for me to present to you the 2022, I can't believe that, the 2022 class of East Lyme High School.
Well, in the last hour, I've probably heard from a half dozen to 12 people that this class is one of the best classes coming through. That's something to be proud of. Well done. So I'm very excited to see you come up to the high school next year. Something that I tell all the graduating 8th graders, incoming 9th graders, that your 4 years at the East Lyme High School will go by very, very quickly. If you think your 4 years at the middle school went by fast, where to get to the high school? It's funny, I'm saying this now, and I just had the same conversation with my oldest child, who is same age as you, going into high school. So I'm going to say to you what I told my daughter. Make sure you take advantage of every opportunity. Get involved in clubs. Get involved in activities, sports. If there's something that we don't have at the high school that you're interested in, start it. We are there to help you develop your interests, so please take advantage of that. So on behalf of the high school, I would like to thank the middle school administration as well as the middle school teachers for preparing you. I'm very excited to see you walk through our doors next year. Enjoy the summer. Thank you.
And our final speaker of the evening will be Superintendent Mr. Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Bitgood. I'll be brief. I know I'm standing between all of you and a social. Let me just quickly ask a very important question to all of our parents, and I want an honest answer. Who was the first person that had their chair out here? Where are you? Give a wave. There we go. Right there. They've been here 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 2 weeks, okay. You know, I've got to prepare. Next year I'll have an 8th grader here, and I've got to decide between, you know, getting here first, caution tape, that's new this year, caution tape, give a wave, love that, or Bill and Maureen Hahn, the full tent. Love it as well, maybe a grill, we'll see. Seriously, parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, everyone, thank you for being here this evening. It's a true tribute to our students, a wonderful group, The connection between you and the school is what makes the difference. So thank you for your support over these years, and we'll continue to need it as we move into the high school years. And to our incoming 9th graders, you've worked hard the last 4 years, very hard. Guess what? You're going to work even harder. So get ready, right? You got 4 more years, and we know you can do it. We're extremely proud of all you've accomplished. Have a great summer. Prepare, get ready for a new chapter, and we look forward to seeing you at the high school. Everybody have a wonderful evening.